What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and you can always tell when you're over the target on a subject. That is when the opposition starts lashing out.
Blow that piece of junk out of the sky!
The story concerning the censorship on the Steam platform has really blown up in the past few days. As you may recall, it seems as though the payment processors got together to push Steam to start using their guidelines for what content is permissible on the platform. This has been used as an excuse to eliminate adult-oriented material on the platform, but gamers recognize a slippery slope when we see one. We saw that censorious shit and said,
"Ew! Get out of here!"
And as you probably know by now, the group Collective Shout, which is formed by old feminist hags from Australia, has claimed responsibility for pushing these payment processors into removing the content on Steam, and even outlets like PC Gamer here are siding against Collective Shout and these payment processors. You know it's bad when the likes of PC Gamer and even Kotaku are taking the same side as the chuds on any issue. And yet here we are, and a petition that I discussed yesterday, which is meant to urge U.S. Congress to pass this legislation here, which would prohibit payment processors from doing crap like this. Well, that petition has begun picking up steam. We are at damn near 21,000 signatures already.
Totally and completely badass.
But unfortunately, the person who started this petition just recently posted this on X with an image of a message that he received from change.org. He wrote, "Well, this was unexpected. It looks like Collective Shout or a follower of theirs wants to shut my petition down on the grounds of defamation. How should I proceed?" So basically he sent out the bat signal, and someone tagged me in a reply to this message, and I may not be a lawyer, so I can't give him advice, but I do have a voice. So I'm gonna amplify his message as best as I can. It has been heartening to see gamers rallying to this cause. These censorious goons need to be pushed back against big time.
You have my sword. And you have my bow.
And my lightsaber. Make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster1. I've also started uploading some content onto Rumble too, so make sure that you follow Dr. Disaster over there. In any event, let's look at what's going on with this petition. First of all, I am going to urge you to sign this petition yourself if you haven't done so yet. I am including a link in the description for anyone who wants to sign it. 20,000 signatures in just a couple days is pretty good, and I don't think we have necessarily hit our biggest stride with this either. I think we have the capacity for much more expansive growth, and I imagine the people at these payment processors realize that as well, which is why someone is attempting to shut this shit down ASAP. Fortunately, it sounds like the information in the petition update, which was causing problems and being called defamatory, that information was discovered and removed, but I still think this is important to point out. Let's read the letter that Zero Ryoku, the person who started this petition, received from change.org. It says here, "We are writing to let you know that we received a claim alleging that content in your petition update is defamatory. Change.org is an open platform and we care deeply about free speech and empowering our your users to create the change they want to see. However, when you use change.org, you agree to our terms of service and community guidelines, and this includes agreeing not to defame others. This means you cannot make untrue statements about another person or organization which harms their reputation. In order to allow us to continue hosting your petition update, please provide proof or substantiation of any allegedly defamatory statement within 3 business days. Now, by the time I got to this story, Zero announced that he had removed the update from this petition in order to prevent the whole thing from getting taken down, but the important point is that these guys are rattled. Well, maybe not rattled. These payment processors, the likes of PayPal, Visa, etc., these companies are obviously about as big as they come, and I'm sure they have contingency plans for their contingency plans, and they likely plan to fight in the courts as much as possible, so maybe they're not rattled. But these goons, or at least someone supportive of them, are acknowledging that this petition is a threat to what is essentially a monopoly. Otherwise, why would someone take the time to read an update on this petition and then report it to change.org for defamation? Why else would they do that? And the answer is, if it wasn't some sort of a threat to them, they wouldn't do it. They would not bother looking at this petition at all if it was inconsequential. We have their attention, and we have to make sure that we cross all our T's and dot all of our I's, because quite clearly the big wigs at these major financial institutions would very much like to shut this petition down before it turns into something like Stop Killing Games, which recently hit 1.4 million signatures. What I would love to see is for someone like Asmongold, who has a massive following, to amplify this message. So, for anyone out there listening, share this video or any other videos or social media posts that talk about this subject. Share that information out, and let's see if we can get the attention of some of these louder voices. Imagine how many signatures we could gather if we had someone like Asmongold or Rev Says mentioning this. But another encouraging development surrounding this story is the fact that it looks like this movement against payment processors being able to control what we see and what we think, this movement has gained the attention of the Japanese government. The Japanese have antitrust laws in place already, which sound like they might prevent the sort of behavior that these companies have supposedly engaged in with Steam. It's being reported that around a year ago, Visa was in the crosshairs of the Japanese government, but they let it go. However, it looks like Japan may now be issuing sanctions on the company. It is unclear whether or not this is related to this gaming movement, but there are lots of social media personalities from Japan indicating that it is, and pointing out that in the open letter that Collective Shout wrote to push this action from payment processors, they literally named the Japan Credit Bureau, which likely incentivized them to take action ASAP against this nonsense. But I'm going to leave it there. We will keep our eyes open and watch this story as it unfolds. In the meantime, sign the petition and drop your contempt for these payment processing companies into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.